Here we go, Parlay. Here we go. It's
Yo, Polly!
Particles.
Can I tell you something, Tony?
Don't pretend like I got a choice. Particles.
Yo, Polly!
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, kids, just want to start the show today and let you know how much inspiration I'm drawing from the comments line today. Tony, these guys are on freaking fire today. There's something going on, a lot of electricity out there. So I want to shout out a few of the posts I've been keeping an eye on for the last couple of minutes while Tony and I have been waiting, having our little meeting. And there are multiple posts that need some attention. For starters, Arkansas Dave coming in going, guys, short night, long day. I don't know. That sounds like a song to me. I love that. Short night, long day. That's kind of what it is when we do our night flights. Then there's Rags who came in and goes, what, did you guys all sleep here? Because the comments line is always bubbling even before the show. And Rags, that reminded me of Judge Schmales in Caddyshack when he walks into the clubhouse and he goes, don't you people have homes? Like, I got a little whip of that coming off of Rags right there. And then and then John Joseph, dude. John Joseph was saying, he was talking about the raffle we're going to have tomorrow at our holiday frolic, which we will talk about today. And John, I'll tell you this, bro, I'm bringing a few items to raffle off too. If you want to bring in some of your stuff to raffle, by all means, you're welcome to do that. This is a very informal raffle. We just want to send everybody home with a little something. Yep. And I have a few items, like I said, I'm bringing in. And John, you're totally welcome to participate. And then lastly, Tony, my main man, Ryan Fong checking in. He just dropped a hello from Florida. Okay. Hello from Florida. Well, hello, Ryan Fong. How's Florida doing today? The Sunshine State. Great to see all of you guys. Don Peralta, Rags, Trincon 916. You got Patty and Napa, Matt Stenson. You got John Joseph. You got Noemi on and on. Noemi's got us on the big screen today, by the way. I don't know if that's good or bad. I got big screen creative Tony. How's my main man today? How you doing, T? Short night, long day. Yeah.
Yeah, long, fun night. And here we are back at it, high noon. And today's a Thursday, but it's got Friday vibes written all over it, dude. It's just, that's the feeling of the show today. And dude, I'm actually very excited for Thursday Night Football tonight. I don't want to miss a nap of this game. I'm excited that D'Anthony Melton's back for the Dubs tonight at Philly. Our girl Kate Scott's going to be calling the game in Philly. And the news about Ron Washington, dude, like that's freaking great. Like
he's old school. You want old school, but I'll tell you this right now. Ron Washington, not an analytics guy. No. He's coming old school with the lunch bucket and the hard hat. Like he is old school blue collar baseball, man.
All about reps, dude. Washington is all about reps. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to bring you out there every day and you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over. We're going to get muscle memory going. We're going to get all these reps. And dude, I got to say, I love the mix of youth and experience and age on this staff now. And in the Giants front office too. Like it's a good mix, dude. Having Dusty Baker back in the mix, having obviously Bochy back in the mix. Hang on. Can we get some Bochy love real quick?
If you need a beer, grab a beer.
And then now Ron Washington. I mean, that's freaking great, dude. And I don't know if Wash still, likes to whack down a Marlboro Red or whatever, but back in the day.
Why not? Fire up a Marlboro Red. Let's do some bunts. You know what I mean? He's dropping bunts with a lit smoke in his mouth. Yeah. Hey, dude, don't laugh, dude. That was not back in the day, dude. I remember Jim Leland in Pittsburgh used to drill butts and Keith Hernandez, bro, with the Mets, who won a freaking MVP and a batting title. He used to drill butts between innings in the dugout, full uniform, bro, just smoking. Yeah.
Dude, and Jim Leland had that that grizzled skin from smoking, because he's
like a lizard. Yeah, you turn into a lizard ultimately. You get like reptilian. Yeah, your skin gets weird, like Keith, like Richards, man. Richards is half reptile at this point. Only thing he's missing is a tail. That's it.
Right. But I'm excited about what's going on. I'm not thrilled about the talk about,
they don't want to spend money. Yeah, like, we're not going to spend any money. Don't expect anything. It's like, oh, thanks, Giants. Great. That's why, dude. That's why when you say if Charles Johnson wants to sell his piece to Jumpin' Joe Lacob, I'll take that 100 times out of 100 because Charles Johnson has made this pretty damn clear. He doesn't really want to spend money to compete. He wants to just kind of control his whole thing, make a profit without spending. And I that's not going to work in today's Major League Baseball. You got to spend money if you're serious about competing.
But like, I'm wondering if but I wonder if there's going to be like a major trade to drop. The winter meetings are next week, so I wonder if
A trade to what, Tony?
If a trade's going to drop. Like, if
Well,
they're
then
gonna drop
maybe
a
you
trade.
punctuate that with the Beasties. I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
Drop.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
hey,
sir.
Yeah, can we make a trade?
Drop.
Sorry, Paul. I need like airport freaking,
Yeah, batons or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, lit batons, whatever you call those things. Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
those.
there's this too. You got to go up and out too in the airport. Anyways,
How about one
point-
up, one over, just like coming in this way, coming in hot? Yeah, that should be a good job for me. I should be out there with the light sticks, dude. I won't cause anybody any. Well, actually, I could endanger some lives. Maybe
I was
that's
gonna
not a
say,
good idea.
Careful, dude. Like that could be chaotic as hell. Like air traffic controllers, dude. I don't know.
They got the
those
big
people-
headphones on. They're just hanging out on the runway, just pointing light sticks. Yeah, and God bless you guys. Thank you for getting us in safely. We need you guys. Yeah,
But any night you could look up in the sky and there could be a line of like 8 planes. Just like
I don't even want
waiting
to talk about
land.
this. You're making me nervous. Yeah, this is not what I want. How about when you're flying up in the air and you're coming into SFO and then you look over and there's another plane a couple of hundred yards away? It's like, wait a minute, where's he going? Because there's only one runway at a time here, guy. I know. Yeah, it gets a little squirrely over there sometimes, man.
Well, how about this, Paulie? Right out of the gates. And we never did our Tony's top 3, number 3. We might have to get to Tony's top 3, number 3 today.
Okay,
if we have time.
do. We actually have a pretty. Sorry, Tony. I'm sorry. We actually have a pretty full plate today because, first of all, I do want to talk about this Thursday night football game. I do want to deliver.
Hold on, though, Paulie. Before you get to the Thursday football, I was going to say that what made me think of this, the top 3 of number 3 today, was this would be a good top 3 question. But, dude, I want to know out of the gates where your head's at going into the hot stove league and the winter meetings. What do you think if the Giants were to trade somebody like Bryce Eldridge or Elliot Ramos or Jung-Hoo Lee, or dare I say Logan Webb? I would never want them to trade Logan Webb, but I'm sure.
What kind of piece are we talking about? If you're talking about names like that, like what the Giants, like you're talking about the Schwarber rumors?
No, I don't want Schwarber. I don't want Schwarber. And maybe I'm in the minority there. I know the kids or the guy's a great hitter.
Well, you should qualify this because Tony and I were talking about this off the air yesterday about Schwarber. I love Schwarber. I'd love to have that bat in the lineup. But Tony, you had an interesting reason. Tell the audience why you don't think Schwarber would fit with the Giants. And you might have something here.
I think he strikes out a ton and he
does.
For low average, but also, dude, this is getting pretty Bill Martin, getting out my meteorologist vibe. But like the marine layer is a thing. And the marine layer at Oracle Park and the thick air, that swats down balls going to, and that big wall in right field, like it makes you appreciate just how good Barry Bonds was because so few splash hits happened since he retired. So I worry about bringing in a big another lefty power bat where you can, if I want to, like, I would love to see Pete Alonso, a right-handed just slugger with.
I think they should have jumped on him.
Forearms, dude. Like,
I love Alonso. I love the polar bear. I wish they would have jumped on him last offseason.
Right.
It would have been nice to have had him. But I feel you. Maybe Schwarber wouldn't be effective in Oracle Park. All those things considered, the weather, the all that stuff. Although it never stopped Barry Bonds. You know what I mean?
Well, that's my point, though. That's how good Barry Bonds was. You know what I mean? Like he was such a rare bird. Whereas Philadelphia in the summer, you got the hot air. You got I don't know. I just think it's a better hitter's environment in Philly in the summer versus a cold summer's night at Oracle Park. So I'm just not I don't like having to spend a boatload to get Schwarber. I'd rather them get, like, I'd love to talk about them maybe in the market for Zach Gallen.
Mm-hmm.
I like that talk because they do need another arm and they don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get that, but they're going to have to spend an arm and a leg at some point. That's basically what
if they want to compete, if they want to trot out the same 500 caliber team every year, they don't have to do anything. And what I don't like about this offseason already, the vibe I'm feeling is that kind of preemptive statement that came out a couple of days ago where it's like, hey, don't forget, we got Devers and, we got Adames. So I don't know if we're going to be spending anymore. It's like, oh, man. But back to your original point of mixing like a lot of experience in around Vitello, I think that's obviously a smart move. For a guy who's never been through the full MLB 162 as a skipper, having Bruce Bochy as an asset, having Buster Posey, having Ron Washington, I agree with you. That is a very smart approach when you have a skipper who's never done this before, literally,
Yeah, dude. And the Washington, like, you don't think guys are going to be like, oh, soak it up, Ron Washington. I think Vitello is going to be like, hey, Wash, can we go out to dinner and can I just, pick your brain? Because that's what I love is that Buster is surrounding this young manager or, inexperienced MLB manager with a lot of experienced veteran leadership.
Well,
so it's a
I'll
cool.
tell you the truth. If that dynamic is to happen, my only hope is that Ron Washington's response is, yeah, I'll tell you everything I know about baseball. Here, let's have a couple smokes and talk it over. Have a Marlboro Red. You know what I mean? Put a little hair on that chest. All right, listen, I don't see
Vitello rocking a Marlboro Red.
No, of course not. But that's the comedy of the whole situation. Buster, have a smoke with me. You know what I mean? I don't see Buster having one either. Tony, I didn't expect a giant conversation to break out, although it's always welcome. Funnily enough, it's interesting. Other kind of things out on the fringe today. I saw a lot of PM peers on the board that were really upset about the Sharks game last night. Sharks got blown out last night by the Capitals 7-1. I saw somebody, I think it might have been Beat LA, say, I wasted 6 hours of my life on that game. I guess maybe she was at the game. I'm not sure. But a lot of commotion about that game. And let's not forget, the Washington Capitals are Peacon's team, okay? Peacon's a Washington Capitals fan. Don't ask. I don't know how that happened, but he is. It's a true story. But anyway, Thursday Night Football, hot and sour picks, musical assignment, and we definitely want to talk more about what's happening tomorrow. Any final details we need to share before the holiday frolic becomes a reality? We're like 24 hours away, roughly. So it's real.
Dom Peralta and I were there last night, as we talked about in the night flight, and Dom is just checking in, saying that the testing from Standard Deviant, what we did last night, was great for video and audio, and then also, I think there's 18 raffle items. Supposedly, and that include yours as well, Paulie. And the posters are hung all over the dog patch too. So it should be a great night. And we've got even more Eventbrite RSVPs last night, and Steve Groscher, one of them, Jeff Faust, another one. So be good to see a lot of these people coming tomorrow, December 5th, Standard Deviant, 1070 Maryland Street in the dog patch, Pier 70. It's going to be a blast, man. And Paulie, if you don't mind, while I've got the mic.
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
So here we go. We don't need no stinking badges, a.k.a. Greg. He says, penance for sleeping through the show last night. Food coma and A-team on the TV.
I don't know where he's getting the A-team. What is that on? Like, what channel would show the A-team? I have no idea. But respect, dude, respect. You're having a food coma with a little Mr. T in the background. That's going to work every time,
Dude, that's incredible. It's got to be like a station like TV Land or something,
Right, that's it. Good call. TV Land. Yeah, you get your I Dream of Genies. It's like where all those old sitcoms go to die is over on TV Land. But I'll tell you the truth, dude. You want to know what's funny about these old shows? One of my kind of unspoken routines, maybe I mentioned this a couple of times this year, but I did it again last night, Tony. After our night flights, it does take me time to decompress because your interior is revving at a high level when you do a long show like that. And what I like to do to come down is I go downstairs, the house is quiet. And then on the independent film channel, every Wednesday night, right after our night flight, starting at 10 p.m., they show like 3 hours of Three's Company reruns. And dude, I'm in. I'm always in for 3. I got a couple episodes last night, dude. I'm not going to lie. So I feel you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jack and Larry fell in love with the same girl, and a lot of hijinks ensued. That was pretty intense last night. But anyway, I get a lot. I get Janet at the flower shop. I get it all. So badges, I'll see your A-team and raise you a Three's Company. I feel
Paulie, here a reprise, or not a reprise, but part 2.
Trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
We have Humdinger 87, aka Leah Phillips, one of our all-time favorites.
Oh, look at that
She
killer
says-
shot. Look at that picture of her. That's a great photo. She looks like a model right there, dude. With
That is Leah in full snowboard attire. She's ready for the winter. By the way, Leah, can
I
we pray
love
for
that.
snow? Leah, pray for snow. Okay, North Star is opening up this weekend. I think is it Heavenly or is it I forget. There's another resort opening this weekend, but they don't have any snow, so we need some snow. I know Andrew Markoulis from Long Ridge is up in Tahoe. He's like, we need snow.
Well, I
but
tried to
yeah.
I tried to give you the musical assignment of like cold weather and snow, and I got pushed aside. You guys were like, no way are we doing that. But I could have come in for Leah with a Snowblind by Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
I could have come. Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, I think
yeah.
I think there's plenty of time to do that throughout the winter. So this
Well,
we
I
got
got cold rain and snow. I got Snowblind. There's a variety of ways we could have gone with this. Like Rag said, dude, Cinderella, long cold winter, Tony. Okay.
Well, we could have done Blame It on the Rain.
All of that. Yeah. How about the Rain
but-
song by Zeppelin, for God's sakes?
We can do that. There's plenty of time to do that. It won't go away. But Leah says, bust it out, Posey. We want to be playoff bound again.
I
Damn it.
know.
Spend the damn money. Yes, Leah, you're right. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I'm going to share the screen real quick. Leah sent this to us, and we got to just show this to just give respect. Look at this holiday setup.
Yes.
In Leah's neighborhood in the North Bay. I mean, look at that setup. Is that incredible?
If I didn't know any better, I would think that that's like Patty from Napa's house because she's a monster Niner fan. And by the way, look, Tony, Dwight Clark catching the present in the front there.
It's incredible.
Respect to the detail of them getting the fat stripe. They got the wide stripe on the leg for Dwight.
Yep. Respect that of, well, you see Ronnie Lott tackling somebody, and then you've got
I got
isn't that
Joe
Frank
with his
Gore?
arms up in the back. Did you see Montana?
Yeah, Frank Gore. You got Rathman or Juszczyk. You got Kittle. You've got Steve Young. You've got Warner and Willis up on the roof. How about that?
Where they should be, dude. Warner and Willis on the roof, two of the greatest linebackers in Niner history, man. Both Hall of Famers, as far as I'm concerned. Well, Pat Willis already is, and Fred Warner, he will be in Canton one day. You can book that.
Oh God, yeah, and he's talking crazy. And I did see, was it Barrows or Rayoko on Twitter yesterday said that there is a chance if the Niners were to make it to like the NFC Championship, that there's a chance that Warner could play in that game. And it's like, that is.
Are you serious? I didn't hear that. Mayoko said that?
Mayoko or Barrows, one of the two. They gave percentages on how, like, what's the percent chance that he could be back for first round of the playoffs, second round of the playoffs, and the NFC Championship. And obviously the odds increase with every week, but it was low odds for the first 2 weeks, and I forget what the odds were for the NFC Championship, but it wasn't out of the question. That's what's crazy about it.
Right, that's great. And I know Fred Warner is already working on that. By the way, how about the difference? I got Nick Bosa making coffee over here, and I got Fred Warner just breaking his ass. And I'm not saying Nick Bosa is not rehabbing, but it's funny, like what he's releasing to the public is him with his new coffee line. He's making espresso. And then when Fred Warner releases a tape, he's in the freaking rehab room, dude. He's riding the bike. He's doing weights. So there's a little bit of a difference there. But oh my God, dude, just having Fred Warner on the field, even in a diminished state, would lift the team like Willis Reed style. That would be very, very inspiring. While we're talking,
Paulie, hold on. Sorry, we're getting requests, and I just saw a request in the chat for this, and so I'm just gonna give it to us right away. They said, where's the elf on the shelf? I don't know. It was Greg Stinky Badger says, where's the elf on the shelf?
Yeah,
there's the elf on the shelf. That's a good tease for hot and sour picks later on in the show. That's all I'm going to say. But there's our elf on the shelf. Or Paulie, do you want the McVay on a sleigh? Because we can provide McVay.
I do. Give me some McVay on a sleigh. I do. I want that. Yes.
I mean, because they're both just gold. Here we go. Right here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's hard to beat. That's hard to top with the Christmas trees in the back. Also, I wouldn't mind getting a little McVay doing the Heisman Trophy pose either, if you can.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Gosh, I forgot about the McVay Heisman, too. We got all kinds.
Don't sleep on McVay with the Heisman pose, dude. It's as good as any of these.
Well, hold on. We got the McVay gnome, which is
hey, Rex, that's for you. That's for your front lawn, buddy. McVay really does look like a freaking gnome. He really does.
And by the way, dude, on my drive up to Longbridge Pizza today, because I'm also on location at Longbridge Pizza again in Neil's office. Thank you, Neil. is that the song The Gnomes came on by Pink Floyd, and I hadn't heard that song in years. So it's an old Sid Barrett song called The Gnomes. So shout out to Sid Barrett and the Pink Floyd Sid Barrett era. And then here you go, Paulie. If you wanted McVay doing the Heisman, dude.
Yeah, there you go. Look at the legs, dude. Look at the body. The whole thing. Look at his skinny legs like string beans. I love it, man. I love the other elves taking pictures of him. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, that's incredible, man.
Yeah,
So
Tommy,
good.
that's Tommy Peralta doing his thing right there, creating all these McVay elf scenarios. Tony, before we really formally get started today, let's just I want to do a quick look at Thursday Night Football because we got a great game tonight. What?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
It's business time.
Dub City checking in as a super. Thank you for being a super. Leah, thank you for being a super. And Greg, also, thank you for being a super. Dub City says, speaking of snow, shout out Neil Young at the Last Waltz concert. Scorsese had to edit that Coke nose, and Scorsese was a snow expert in his day. Dub City, spot on. Hopefully you've seen that documentary, Dub City, by the way.
Oh, it's one of the greats. It's a Scorsese doing his thing again. And thank you, Dub City. He's 100% correct. It's pretty well known at this point that was, the Last Waltz, the band's last concert. You had Muddy Waters, you had Eric Clapton, Joni Mitchell, Neil Young, Bob Dylan. It was like everybody came out of the woodwork to play with the band one last time. And that's the San Francisco I love, dude. Did San Francisco having events like that, or Tom Petty at the Fillmore for a month, stuff like that. But famously, Tony, when Neil Young came out, apparently he had like powder all over his nose and lip and his beard, and they had to edit that out. Yeah, the good knowledge right there, man. Yeah, Van Morrison, yes, Scarlet Fire, 100%. Van Morrison, Muddy Waters, if I didn't say that.
Well, after watching the old Scorsese clips in this documentary, I mean, dude, I can't imagine how much he must have ingested back in his day.
And he's a little guy. He's a little human. He's not a big human being, dude. But I think he got his vacuum going for a while. He was snorting it right up,
His vacuum.
He was vacuuming the carpets, as they say. Yeah, he really was. All right.
Oh, dude, that's so funny, man. But Paulie, you want to talk Thursday Night Football? Because I do too. Because I feel like this is and we talked about this on our Cron 4 Plus 30 on Thursday segment, which you can check out on the Cron 4 Plus app, on your smart TV, on your Roku Fire Stick, on your Apple TV, or your Amazon Fire Stick. Please check it out. And we're really stoked to be a part of the Cron 4 Plus family. Thank you, Cron Chris. He's coming tomorrow, by the way, Paulie. Cron Chris will be in the house at Standard Deviant. But we talked about how this is basically a regular season playoff game.
Yeah, 100%. And both teams are like Dallas has to get this game. Detroit has to get this game. And when you got two desperate teams like this, the more I think about it, though, Tony, I actually, and the Cowboys are getting 3 points. So they're road dogs. They're getting 3. The line now, Dan Campbell, I believe, has never lost back-to-back games at home.
Ooh.
But and it'd be hard to imagine a case where the Lions are not fired up and ready to go tonight. But the Lions have been spotty this year, man. I love Detroit. I really do. I love this team. I love Dan Campbell. I always root for Jared Goff. I love Gibbs. But I think that I'm not entirely confident in the Detroit Lions anymore. But on the other side of that coin, the Cowboys are playing their best football of the year. We talked about this last night a little bit, how well Dak is playing. And he's got those weapons and Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, of course. Tony, I think I like Dallas tonight, man.
Yeah, it's funny. We went opposite ways this week. I don't see Detroit losing 2 in a row, and especially with this game being at home. I mean, yes, the Cowboys are red hot, but I just feel like Detroit. Now, granted, their defense is not very good.
How about Dallas?
No, Detroit's.
Detroit.
So it's going to be the over-under is 54.5. I mean, there's a reason for that for Vegas seeing that as an over-under because both teams' defenses aren't exactly stout, although the Dallas edition of Quentin Williams is pretty huge too. I just feel like Amon-Ra St. Brown is a factor. He left the game hurt last week, but I think he's going to play tonight, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You got Jahmyr Gibbs, you got Jamison Williams, you got Sam Laporta. I just feel like Detroit's going to win. Granted, yes, it could come down to 3 points, so the 3.5 might come into play. That half point might come into play.
Oh, is it a half? I thought it was just 3. It's 3.5.
Yeah, I see 3.5.
Okay, gotcha.
And that could be the factor. That's why Vegas throws that little half point out there, dude, which is just crazy.
I've won games on the hot and sour picks thanks to that half point. I really
Yeah.
have. Like, it comes in handy sometimes, man.
Dude, so yeah, look at this, Paul. I just read this. Detroit has played 56 regular season games over 3+ years without losing 2 in a row. So that's an interesting stat. But again, Dallas is red hot, so I could come down to a field goal. I do think we always talk about, is Dak gonna Dak? But Dak ain't Daking this year.
I don't think so. I don't think Dak is going to Dak. And if he does, he'll probably do it in the postseason on the biggest stage. That's where he really falls apart. No, honestly. But I think he's going to play well tonight. You know what else I think is going to be big, at least for the Lions' perspective, is they're going to have to run Gibbs, I think, a lot tonight. Like, they got to do damage on the ground. And that's the matchup I'm curious about, because I know Dallas can throw. I know they're going to be successful through the air. But can Detroit run the ball? Like, what do you think about that? Because I think that's going to be critical for Detroit to win this game.
Yes, I think they can, dude. Jahmyr Gibbs is having an incredible year. He's got 1,019 rushing yards. He's got 10 TDs. But going back to Dak real quick, 25 TDs and only 8 picks this year. So, like you said, Dak's probably not going to Dak. And the connection he's developed with George Pickens, 8 TDs for George Pickens. So I could see those two connecting for a wild game. But I just feel like, I'm going with the odds here. I'm going with the fact that Detroit losing 2 in a row, especially with this game being at home. I just don't see that happening.
Okay, buddy. All right. Hey, listen, before we dive into I'd like to just keep the football thing going. I'd like to get right into our hot and sour, but do we give some love to Low Steve? We give some love to Dr. Matt Young? I don't know which direction to go, Tony. Help me produce the show.
You want me to produce? We'll stand by, Paulie. If you don't mind, I'll produce the show for you right away. If you just stand by, I'm going to scroll here because
Give us the loose. Give us the loose.
Too long, man.
Give us the loose. Give us the loose. Give us the loose. Give us the loose. What load would you like?
yeah, dude.
Give us the lows.
Give us the loose.
Shank. Damn. NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC. Shank. Good stuff.
Nice trumpets, Noemi. I like Noemi just throwing the trumpets. Arkansas Dave, too, the both of them. Same emoji, just chucking trumpets out there. I like that, you guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey, to start off the Carlos de la Fuente spot, before we go into the calculator, Carlos sent us a video that I would love to share with the PNP Familia.
Yes,
And
please.
I think this is Los D. Let me see if I can. Oh, you know what? Hang on a second. I downloaded this. I can get a better version of it. Stand by, Paulie. So
Standing. Always standing. I am. I'm standing by. Tony tells me to stand by. I stand. I listen to instruction. I wait for further instruction. I will stand. I will wait for further instruction. Tony runs this whole show, and I think that's been made pretty obvious by now. So, yes, Tony, standing and waiting for further instruction. Sir.
All right, here we go. Stand by. Carlos de la Fuente live from the airport.
PNP, good morning. As my frequent flyer miles continue to pile up, as I make my way to the Bay to join all of you on Friday. Cannot wait to hang out and party with the Army once again. Hey, shout out to Karen Bell, who just closed escrow, and Peter Cruz and Corinne Sartorio, who are close to closing. Always appreciate your trust and business with Give Us the Los. What loan would you like? See you soon, PNP.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's one of our great sponsors. That's Carlos de la Fuente, Los D. By the way, speaking of sponsors, I look over at the board, SGA Sports Talk. Can I sponsor the show? Yeah, man. Sure, you can sponsor the show. Just shoot us an email. For real, you want to rap? We'll rap. It's pauliespod@gmail.com. SGA Sports. We'll have a conversation. We'd love to have you. Tony, I'm sorry, get us in the calculator. Go ahead. You can start this Los D spot, Tony.
Yes. So Carlos, he did some of that in the video, but I also just want to give a new review for Los. And this is from Eileen Erickson. And she gave a 5-star review to Los. And it says, I had the pleasure of working with Carlos as the listing agent on a recent transaction. He was very transparent and communication was excellent. We were able to close early, and both the buyer and the seller were pleased. It was a smooth transaction. Thank you, Carlos. So that's I don't know. When you get reviews like that to make it a smooth transaction, closing early too, like everybody wants it closing early if possible. So getting that done. Eileen Erickson, thanks for the great review of our guy Carlos De La Fuente. And just to reiterate, Karen Bell, one of our PMP Familia members, she closed a HELOC with Carlos recently. Pete Cruz, who's a dear friend of mine on the peninsula, they're about a week away with a second fixed loan. And then Corinne, our lovely Corinne Sartorio, who will be there tomorrow. She is about a week to 10 days from closing on a reverse mortgage. So Carlos De La Fuente getting it done before we see him tomorrow to celebrate a hell of a year with Flex Funding and Carlos De La Fuente.
I love the fact that all these relationships have cropped up this year. Like, we've gotten to know so many of you guys, and a lot of you guys have gotten to know our sponsors like Carlos, like Neil Denardi. In fact, I think, Tony, looking ahead, and keep us in the calculator. I like being in there. I feel very secure and safe inside the calculator. I want to say that it's been great that all of these relationships have popped up. And Tony, I think all four of our sponsors will be on hand tomorrow.
Yeah.
If it plays out as we hope it does. Like, I know Neil will be there. Carlos, you just saw, he's on his way in. Dr. Matt Young is going to try to swing by. He's got tickets to a concert tomorrow night, but I know he's going to make an attempt to be there. And then, of course, Don Peralta, one of our other great sponsors, he's going to be there. So I think for the first time, all four sponsors will be in the same room at the same time. And we should do like a photo op, dude. Let's get all our sponsors together and shoot them as like the first year. Because you guys, we cannot tell you how helpful it's been. Without you guys, without Carlos, Neil, Dom, and Dr. Matt Young, we honestly would not have survived this year. So we owe you guys a lot. And the fact that you believe in the show, you got behind us, you've helped us along, it means a lot to us. So Carlos, the fact that he works now with a bunch of PM peers like Karen Bell, like our buddy Peter Hoffman, like, it's just great. Now you got the community assisting one another, and that makes me very, very happy. If you'd like to talk to Carlos, you see the number right there. I see the globe right there. Call Carlos, 925-250-4894. You can also email Carlos anytime with any of your financial questions, goals, objectives, stuff like that. Carlos at myflexnow.com. And he's a black belt, man. This is a black belt in the financial world. So rest assured, you're in good hands. He's got 26 years of experience. He's a San Francisco native. We just talked about the HELOC loan that Karen Bell did. That's one of his specialties, home equity lines of credit. In fact, ask Karen Bell how her experience went. She said it went great. And like Tony said, he'll get it done very quickly. He can usually close within 8 days. That's the average, and that is very up-tempo in the financial world. And again, no hidden fees, no appraisal fees, no escrow fees, no title fees, the fast closing. And Carlos is just a stand-up, rock-solid dude. Reminds me a lot of Tony's uncle, Paul Tonelli, like that, just like that cool San Francisco stand-up guy. So, Carlos, we thank you very much, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow, buddy. Carlos De La Fuente, and my Flex Now at Flex Funding. Thank you, brother. We'll see you tomorrow.
And Paulie, we just got an update from Los. He just chimed in on the chat saying he just landed, and he says a Mount Rushmore of sponsors photo. Let's go. And
that's
we got
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like getting the Beatles and the Stones together. It's a rare photo op. You got to jump on that S when you do, when the moment arises. And we'll talk about Dr. Matt Young a little bit later on in the show too. But Tony, if you don't mind, on a Thursday, now this Thursday show is functioning normal as our normally Friday show would function, because we're going to drop hot and sour. We're going to drop the music assignment. I want to get my hot and sour on right now if you're ready.
Okay, but also you're making me think of Phil Collins. I don't mind. What song is that?
Take me home. Take me home, because I don't remember. Yeah.
Dude, come on, dude. Like that's one of my favorite Phil Collins songs. I mean, that's not Genesis, right? That's Phil Collins.
I believe that's just straight up Phil, dude. Just
I don't remember.
When I was growing up, dude, Collins was dropping top 10 hits like once a month. There'd be another one right there. Like Phil Collins was a top 10 hit making machine. You couldn't stop him. You couldn't.
Totally, dude. I mean, and I'm a Sussudio head for life.
Well, I can't think of Susudio without thinking about American Psycho and Christian Bale, dude, talking to, it's really interesting. We start breaking down Phil Collins. A lot of people don't like his solo work, but I think it's just misunderstood. You know what I mean? And then, dude, the one thing I'll never forget is Bale. And it might be while Susudio's playing, dude. He's involved in a very graphic lovemaking scene in that film. And I think he's got Susudio on, dude, and he looks in the mirror and he just points at himself. Like while he's in the act of he's just pointing at himself. I'm like, this guy's cracked. That's Christian Bale, American Psycho. If you've never seen it, get back to me when you have. Yeah.
I love it, dude. And Paulie, by the way, let's play the hot and sour open, and then I'm going to try something here with the hot and sour. Okay,
sure.
So just bear with me here. This is a total on-air experiment, but here we go.
Okay.
We're hot and sour, check us and see.
Yeah.
Because some things are burning inside of me. Come on, Tony, do you do more than that? We're hot and sour, all right.
Okay.
Yes.
What the hell? Nothing easy.
Well, first of all, incredible execution. And second of all, see, that's why I don't feel that compelled. I did the soundboard for 20 years at KMBR. Like, the soundboard's in very good hands with Tony. Believe me, we're cut from the same cloth. And, dude, fantastic. The only problem now is I'm going to need that every time. Yeah. I'm going to need that every single time because that was tremendous, dude. Tremendous. Thank you for that.
Oh, hang on. Just because it's a Friday vibes and I love my man, Eddie Vedder. Here we go.
Yeah, it's nice to see happy people.
Yes. That's the vibe tomorrow. I can't wait to see all those happy smiling faces. And by the way, Standard, just to reiterate, being at Standard Deviant last night, when we told them who we were and where we were coming, the guy's like, oh yeah, we know all about you guys and we're ready for you. We can't wait for you guys to come in. So it's like they're ready. It's going to be a blast, man. And Neil Donardi is going to set up his Long Bridge pop-up outside in the front. It's going to be so fun. Big John, the building manager here at for Long Bridge's building, saw him again this morning. He's excited for it. I had a couple beers with him last night, and he's like, dude, that place is going to erupt tomorrow night. So it's going to be great. It's going to be just
I think I don't want to get into specifics, but my people, Tony, our crew, our sources have told me we're expecting this to be the biggest turnout of the year. Yeah. Like, we had the great opening day party. We had the great night out at the Giants game. That was back in August, I believe. Then we had the broadcast with Tom Tolbert and Rod Brooks. A lot of you came for that, but this one, I think, from what I've been seeing in terms of the RSVPs, this is going to be a very, very big turnout, which makes us happy. And it's going to be great, man. It's going to be a throwdown. It's a holiday party. Let's get loose, man. Everybody have a good time. The year's almost over, so let's blow off some steam and have some fun tomorrow. That's the only objective. There's no agenda. We're just looking to have a good time. That's it.
Now you got to cut loose, foot loose. Take off the Sunday shoes.
100%.
Louise, blow me off of my knees. Jack, get back. Come on, get back. Loose, foot loose. Everybody cut, foot loose, Paulie. That's
everybody cut. Fine. By the way,
Loggins, man, freaking Loggins at his finest, right
I'll
there.
back Log. I got no problem with Loggins. I'll go Loggins and Messina if you want me to. I'll drop Loggins and Messina day one. Hey, Tony, also we dropped that Phil Collins knowledge a minute ago. I just looked over at the board. I love when I see stuff like this. No explanation. Nothing is qualified. I just saw Arkansas Dave just posted, no jacket required. That's all it said. That's all it said. No jacket required. I got you, buddy. I got you. Okay.
Oh, by the way, public service announcement. We said this last night, but I want to remind people that if you do drive to Standard Deviant tomorrow, if you're coming to the party and you park outside, the parking meters are live until 10 p.m. So pay the parking when you park. Don't think that it's like 5 or 6 o'clock on Friday that the parking meters are done. They go until 10 p.m. So just an FYI on that. There is a lot of street parking, but it's just pay the meter. Just don't pay $100 ticket. Don't get $100 ticket. And that's it. And Paulie, just in honor of Hot and Sour Picks and a football Friday on a Thursday for us.
Yeah.
Like, let us play the game. And then whatever happens. Like, the whole throwing the flag and deciding the game one or another, that's what hurts me.
This freaking asshole's out here talking about see, that's what happens. That's what he brings out of me. This a-hole, but you got to flag that for Cron. Sorry, Cron. It gets graphic sometimes, especially when the Muppet comes up.
Hey, you got to stop throwing flags, man. Everybody's
Hold
throwing
on.
flags.
This is the best part. This is the best part.
He's got balls complaining about flag.
Oh, sorry.
Like, let us play the game.
There you go. And then here we go.
That's some real soft
That's
that was my boy from Cleveland talking about Jawan. Yeah. You better go hide behind your offensive line. All right, Tony. All of that preamble leading up to our very important hot and sour picks. Now let's get caught up. We did not pick games last week. We took the day off for Thanksgiving, but the numbers are in, Tony. At this point in the year, now that we're into December, Polymac's got the 14-10 record. Creative Tony's got the 10-14 record. He's getting closer and closer to 500 in respectability. So, Tony, I love that, dude. I wish I had that on a T-shirt, just a black T-shirt with that image. I love that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Why don't you start the procession tonight? You are riding the hot hand, actually, because you went 2-0 2 weeks ago on Hot and Sour. So ride the momentum, Tony, and tell me what you're looking at. We can go 1-1. We can kick them back and forth, but you get started.
So we've been talking a lot about, and we've been talking a lot about the Eagles and how they're looking like they're kind of on a downwards trend, right? And they're still good. Don't get me wrong. We know they're still good.
Are you aware of the fact, Tony? Sorry to interrupt, but this is Eagles related. Have you seen the in-season Hard Knocks that just came out on HBO?
No, it's too much for me. It's too much.
Well, I made the mistake, okay, of watching the first 10 minutes a couple nights ago, and the episode starts with Sirianni talking to one of his offensive linemen at a practice. I forget which guy he was talking to. It was one of the Eagles' old linemen. And they're talking about, hey, don't even worry that we're losing. Don't even worry. And then you know what he said? He brought God into it. He goes, He's like, no, God has a plan. God knows what he's doing. God knows what he's doing. Like implying that God is orchestrating this season for the Eagles. Get the F out of here, Sirianni. Get the freaking F out of here. Bring it in the higher power. No, God knows what he's doing with bro. God has nothing to do with the Eagles winning or losing. I can promise you that right now. I promise.
Hey, Sirianni, last week
You just got your asses whipped.
Hey, and that's what I think is going to happen again. It's not going to be asses whipped, but I'm taking the Chargers home dogs plus 2.5, hosting the Eagles. I think the Chargers win the game outright. I feel like the Eagles are in a downward spiral.
Yeah.
Saquon is just not the Saquon of last year, and it's the Madden cover jinx. He's definitely a victim of the Madden cover jinx. And I do like the offensive machine of Herbert, McConkey, and why am I blanking on the freaking receiver from Cal? Gosh darn it.
Any concerns about the broken hand of Justin Herbert?
No,
Now,
it was broken left hand.
It's his non-throwing
Right.
hand, but that's got to affect him taking snaps and stuff, I would think.
Right, broken left hand. So that's why I'm just like, that's fine. Keenan Allen, my goodness, my brain. But Jalen Carter is most likely out for this game, defensive tackle for the Eagles. That's a huge loss for Philly. Lane Johnson, their badass O lineman, he's questionable, and there's a good chance he doesn't play. So I feel like there's a couple of key cogs traveling across the country. Monday Night Football, SoFi, natural grass team going on to turf. I think there's just a lot of things that weigh in the Chargers' favor being home dogs. I'm taking the Chargers plus 2.5 at home Monday night. That's my first pick, P.
I like the pick. I do. I like the pick.
Yes.
I think the Chargers can win that game too. And what was the spread, T, in that game?
2.5.
That Philly, who's getting the points? Philly or Chargers?
Chargers are getting the points. They're home dogs.
Yeah. I like it. I like the Chargers then. All right, Tony, I'm going to go right up to I'm getting in the batter's box again, because if the Chiefs are playing football, I got something to say about it. Okay.
Nice.
So here we go.
Hold on.
Like, let us play the game.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Let us play the game, man.
Hey, I'll let you play the game. We're going to let you play the game. Here's what's going on. I got the 7-5 D'Amico Ryan led Houston Texans going into Arrowhead. By the way, another complaint, because I got a lot of them when it comes to Kansas City. Have you ever noticed, okay, my son turned me on to this, and he's 100% right. Have you ever noticed that all of these primetime, nationally televised games the Chiefs are involved with, and there's a lot of them, they force feed us the Chiefs like it's going out of style, they're always at home. They're never a road team. Have you noticed that? Like all these Sunday night football, Thursday night football, Monday night football, they're always home games for the Chiefs. But Tony, there's no preferential treatment, not for the kingdom. No, not for the kingdom. But anyway, there they are again. The freaking kingdom. Kingdom's about to crumble. That's what I'm saying.
Well, and by the way,
crumbling.
Travis and Taylor supposedly haven't ever had one argument in 2.5 years. But when the Chiefs don't make the playoffs, I think it's going to explode. There's going to be all this pent-up frustration, and all of a sudden it's going to explode.
Kelsey ain't used to being around the house in January. This year he's going to have his fat ass on the couch eating like, I don't know, Pop-Tarts. He's going to be watching the playoffs with the rest of America, getting fat, getting surly, thinking about retirement. And here comes Taylor Swift. She's going to be in a bad mood. I look forward to it. I look forward to the domestic squabbles between Swift and Kelsey. And by the way, that relationship will end. Telling you right now, they're not getting married. I'm standing on that. All right. Anyway, Houston at Kansas City. Listen, the Chiefs are coming in. They're playing great football right now. The Chiefs are not playing great football. The Houston Texans are getting 3.5 points. You give me those 3.5 points. CJ Stroud, listen, I think the Chiefs are the Texans are not only capable of covering. I like Houston just flat out winning this game. I do. I like them winning a low scoring defensive battle. The Chiefs they're not as good anymore. It's been made painfully clear week after week this year. The Kansas City Chiefs have kind of lost their sparkle. There's no intimidation factor anymore. I think D'Amico's defense is coming into this game hungry, looking to do something. Looking to pull a Jackson Dart moment on the sidelines. If little Muppet Boy wants to start his tap dance routine on the sidelines, I called for Henry To'oTo'o last night. Blow his ass up. I want yard sale. I want cleats flying off. I want the chin strap coming off. I want the whole bit. So, no surprise, I will take the Houston Texans plus 3.5 in my first game, Tony.
Nice. I like that, dude. And Paulie, take the 15. Hashtag
take the 15. Take the ejection if you need to. Take an ejection. I don't care what it takes. Just send a message. Not tonight, Muppet Boy. Not tonight.
Dude, and I love it because, hey, Texans, hopefully you watched film of Christian Ellis from Monday Night Football last week. Just hopefully D'Amico Ryan says, hey, guys, just watch this for a second. Look at what Ellis did to Jackson Dart.
And it was a clean football play. It was a clean football play. Like
if you're going to stay on the sideline in the field of play, you are fair game. You are a fair target. And I don't know why people don't blast him. It blows me away. Like, dude, you want to extend your career, Patrick. I don't think you want to keep getting blasted down the sidelines. So,
by the way, Dylan Verano, a name I haven't seen before, but welcome aboard, Dylan. I dig your name. He goes, if that Jackson Dart hit was on Mahomes, the tackler might have been executed live on TV by Roger Goodell. Probably. They would have beheaded his ass. Just brought out a guillotine. Stand by for the guillotine. We're going to put it on the 50-yard line. Just chop his head right off and resume play. I feel you, Dylan. I really do. And then, by the way, I have a question for you, Tony. My main man, Little J. I love my guy, Little J. He said hello from Orangevale. Where's Orangevale?
I don't know. Orangevale. Is that down south?
I don't know. Little J, where's Orangevale? I thought Tony would know. He's Mr. California. All of my California questions go right to Tony. But I don't know Orangevale. Little J is there, though, wherever that is.
Orangevale. Oh, it's 25 miles northeast of Sacramento. Okay. Orangevale.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Population of 35,569 at the 2020 census, Paulie. So just
everyone coming in. Miriam, Sacramento. I got Tommy Peralta. Orangevale is near Folsom. A rare, non-knowledgeable moment of California trivia for Tony. Usually he's all over that stuff.
Yeah, I got to say, well, usually because I don't spend a lot of time in Sacramento because I'm always driving through Sacramento to get to Tahoe, but I usually go west Sacramento. So up I-80. I don't go 50 through Sacramento because our cabin's on the west shore.
Did you know? Do you remember this, Tony, that back in the early 2000s, I did a week. I was talking to the sports station up there, KTHK, and their program director, Mike Ramey. This guy was really, really cool to me. He called me and he was like, hey, Paulie Matt, come up to Sacramento, do a week of shows with our morning show. And because they were thinking about adding me to the show. Nice. So this is before I went to KMBR. So I went up there, did the week of shows. They had their own morning crew, and then they were going to hire me. And I don't know if you remember this, Tony. And I said, yes, I will take this job if I can bring creative Tony Ryan with me up to Sacramento because I want to work with Tony. And they were like, well, we can't do that. We already have a producer. And then I was like, well, I can't take this job then. Sorry, home. And It's a true
Always
story.
having my back, P. Always. I remember that too. And I'm like, dude, Paulie, go take it. And you're like, nope.
Nah,
nope.
not going up there without you. I'm not going. What am I going to do? Watch Kings games without you? No way, dude. No effing way.
Well,
I'm not
Paulie, you
lighting
could-
the beam without Tony. You know what I'm saying?
I was just gonna say, dude, you could have lit the beam, buddy. You could have lit the beam all by yourself, bud. You know,
No, I was better off. I made the right decision. Everything worked out. But anyway, that almost happened. I almost wound up in Sacramento. I would have been an Orangevale boy myself.
dude. Okay, so now, Paulie, my second, right, Orangevale, California. It looks beautiful, and it looks like an old school downtown, like an old mining town downtown, which looks pretty cool. But Paulie, I'm torn between two games, and so I like the Bears plus 6.5, and I also like the Rams minus 8.5. So, what I think I'm going to do here, Paulie, is because I want the Bears to stay hot and to beat the Packers on the Packers' own turf at Lombardi Stadium. I think that if the Bears can run the ball the way they did last week, which I fully expect, that I think they not only cover the spread, I think they win the game.
I love
Green
it.
Green Bay's not stopping them. They ran the ball 47 times last week against Philly, and I loved every second of it. And I'd love to see them do the same thing to Green Bay. And they got the two-headed beast in the backfield, and it's like they ran for 250 yards against Philly's a good defense. So it's like Green Bay's defense is not as good as Philly's. And so I think Green Bay's going to do their share of scoring, but I feel like the Bears stay hot. Bears on the road plus 6.5. If that spread goes up to 7, that's even great to get rid of that half-point craziness. If more money comes in on Green Bay. So I'm taking the Bears plus 6.5 at Green Bay. Run the damn ball, set up the play action for Caleb Williams, and get busy and get the Loveland Komet tight end two-headed monster going as well.
Tony, I love it. No, I love this. I love this pick. I almost picked that game myself, and I would have done the exact same thing. I would have taken the Chicago Bears. I am very impressed with the Bears, man. I really am, and I'm curious how they're going to match up against the Niners later this month. That's going to be a hell of a ball game. And again, I know I keep saying this, but it's hard not to. Tony just mentioned that they ran the ball over 40 times last week.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, they got an offensive line that it's reminiscent of like I'm not comparing them to those Dallas lines in the 90s, but it's like that in terms of effectiveness. Like they were just blowing fools off the snap, dude. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the key to their success. So I like that. I like that a lot. And 6.5 points, fine. I'll take. And let's be honest. Mm-hmm. Jordan Love is still inconsistent at times. Like I think he's gonna be great, and there are games where he is great, but there are times also he's not. It looks like he's a little indecisive out there and stuff. So I like Chicago in this game too. And
also Josh Jacobs questionable and just playing hurt, and they rely on him a lot. So Jordan Love, I'm looking at his stats right now: 19 TDs, only 3 picks. But you're right, Paulie. He doesn't dominate the way you would think he would. And then Caleb Williams, 17 TDs, 5 picks. So both teams rely on their running game. But I think right now, how are you going to stop the Bears, not O-line and those 2 backs in the backfield? I don't see it happening. And just run at Micah, run at Parsons, right? And block him and take his whole pass rush out of the equation.
That's exactly what Rags just said. He said, run it at Micah Parsons, right at him.
Nice, Rags. Talker. By the way, I saw Rags earlier in the chat saying he's never seen Footloose. Rags, we have to have a chat, dude. Like, I'll sit down. When I come out for Cooperstown next July, I'll come to your house and watch Footloose with you. I promise. I'll
twist one up with Rags. Now, see, the thing with Rags is he's not going to twist them up very often, but when he does, oh boy, you want to be around. You want to be a part of it. Here's all you need to know about Rags and Herbal Delish, because again, it doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it's a great night. Rags, I don't know if this was after a Dead show. Was this after Nassau Coliseum, Rags? I'm not sure. But Rags went home, and his brother Brian, and we had been doing a little puff given that night.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Brian, who's Rags' brother, told me, dude, I found Rags in the kitchen he was crawling around on the kitchen, dude, with a piece of lasagna in his hand, okay, in the dark, in his hand. He was that's Rags on Herbal Delish right there, crawling around the kitchen, lasagna in his bare hand, and I support that. I got Rags' back for that kind of maneuver.
Hey, Paulie, did you say Herb? Whoops, sorry, wrong button. Did you say Herb?
I did.
Herb is a plant. Herb's so good for everything.
Herb, dude. Herb.
No, I know Herb, like Herb Tarlick on WKRP. Herb. By the way, speaking of Herb, Rags is now saying he was nude at the same time. I don't remember that. That's a big kind of a big symptom to drop. Naked on the ground eating lasagna in his bare hand. That's Herbal Delish and Rags.
Maybe that's Rags' position for Thursday Night Football tonight. Naked eating lasagna out of his hands. Watching Thursday Night Football tonight.
Naked, dude. Naked. You know what I mean?
Phenomenal. By the way, Scarlet Fire asking, by the way, if you missed last night in our night flight, first of all, it's a very fun night flight. Second of all, Scarlet Fire sponsored our Show Us Your Stubs segment, and she brought some amazing ticket stubs and baseball scorebook shots to the show. And for the last, I don't know, a half hour of the show, whatever it was phenomenal. Thank you, Bonnie. Scarlet Fire, you crushed it. If you missed it, go back to our YouTube channel at Polymax Particles. Hit the like button, smash the like button, and then go watch Bonnie doing her thing last night.
She was really good. She was very comfortable in front of the camera and stuff, and all of her stories were great. Dude, this story she told about shouting out tracks to Jerry, and then Jerry responding and playing Let It Rock. That was crazy. And then her whole Halloween thing, I could talk about that show for hours, and we kind of did. It was really cool.
To answer Bonnie, she said, is my son Dom playing at Cooperstown next summer? Yes. Next summer, we're doing the Rite of Passage, which is Cooperstown. So that'll be a lot of fun. Actually, Bonnie, let's have a chat offline about, because I know you've been there, done that. So I can get some notes from you, because I know it's quite an experience. So we should be fun.
Tony, I'm just going to give you my last pick. I'll do this real quick. And then I want to do a spot for Dr. Matt Young and Young Dental. And then we can do the music assignment and wrap it up. But I want to my last pick, dude, I'm going back to the AFC. And I got to tell you, I said this. We did a Cron show. Tony mentioned that we did our 30 on Thursday show, and we are going to send that over to Cron later. And I talked a lot about the return of Joe Burrow and how happy I was just to see him on the football field, and the fact that he rehabbed his ass off. He came back. He's got all that kind of drip off the field, but when he's on the field, dude, he's an old school, hard-nosed football player, really, really tough kid. The fact that he was out there at all, and he delivered the win to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's going to be kicking themselves because now they're 4-8. Joe Burrow is back, obviously, and when he's under center, literally anything can happen. The Bengals it wouldn't shock me if they win 3 of their next 4 games, or maybe even all 4 of their games with Joe Burrow under center. There's so much belief. He's such a great leader. And after the game, on Thanksgiving, he did a little on-field interview, and he was so humbled. And he almost cried. Like, he was getting really emotional out there. And he's like, I can't tell you what this means to me just to be on the field with my guys. He's a football player, man. He's a real football player. So all of that being said, that big preamble, you got the Bengals going into Buffalo. The Bengals are getting 5.5 points. You got the Joe Burrow magic. And I got to tell you, I feel the same way about Buffalo, Tony, as I do about Detroit. They're not the same team anymore, man. And you got, show me some of that Burrow drip. Go ahead, man. Throw the white fur on. I don't care. Go ahead.
So good. It's so good. And if you haven't seen the Netflix show Quarterback Season 2,
I haven't seen it. You talk about that a lot, and I do love me some Joey Burrow. Is that something I should check out?
Yes, dude, definitely. If you're a Burrow fan, it's just going to make you love him even more. Check it out. It's really good. Really. I don't
know a lot of people that, dislike Joe Burrow the way people dislike Mahomes or what have you, but Joe Burrow to me is an entirely likable guy. I just like Troy Aikman said it too. He said Joe Burrow is my favorite quarterback to watch in the NFL right now. With all these talented QBs, he likes Burrow the best. I kind of feel the same way. How do you feel about Buffalo? They're 8-4. They're at home. In the past, that would be a lock. Not anymore, dude. Buffalo, they are kind of skittish right now, and I don't have any confidence in that team. I'm not going to lie. I don't have any confidence in the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, agreed. They're going through a funk too. And Josh Allen seems to be forcing the ball more. And I love Josh Allen.
I do too.
The way you talk about Joe Burrow is how I've always felt about Josh Allen. He's got 19 TDs, 10 picks on the year. But he seems to be forcing the ball. And you got the Khalil Shakir. He only 569 yards receiving and only 3 TDs. Their wide receiving core is down. And so if you just try and lock down James Cook and force Allen to pass, I think that's been a recipe for success for some of these teams against Buffalo. And I don't know. I feel like Allen is forcing things, and I want Josh to run the damn ball. Use that big frame. Use your face. Use your body.
Use everything. Yeah. Use your face. He's like desperate. He's like pleading with Rat. Use your face. Use your body. Use everything. Yeah. Anyway, the 5-point plan, Tony. My bad. Go ahead. Finish your point on Josh. Yeah.
Dude, and I root for the Bills. Dr. Matt Young's Buffalo Bills, by the way.
I know.
But you have all the pressure is on Buffalo.
Big time. Big time. That's why the Bengals are going to go in there loose. Joe Burrow's going to be gunslinging, doing his thing. And he's not going to be fazed by the cold weather, it's a road game. It's Buffalo, Bills Mafia. They're breaking tables. Joe Burrow doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care. He's going up there to win a football game. I think they're going to. I like Cincinnati. Just like you said, no pressure, coming in fast and loose and getting 5.5. And you combine that with the kind of uncertainty around the Buffalo Bills right now. Even at home, they can be had. So, Tony, even if the Bengals don't win, I think they'll put enough points on the board where that 5.5 points will come in handy. So I'm going to take the Bengals and the points to wrap up this week's Hot and Sour, Tony.
Yeah, right on. And I was going to mention the two-headed monster of tight ends, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid for Buffalo.
Right.
And I see Fareed in the chat, Robot Centaur, saying that Cincinnati is one of the worst defenses versus the tight end. So that'd be interesting to see if the Bills try to exploit that. But then Dalton Kincaid is also questionable. So that'd be very interesting, man. It's going to be I think that game's going to be a freaking dogfight duke out, man. What's the over-under in that game? Did you see the over-under in that?
I don't know. Let me see. I'll get it for you in a second, Tony. Let me bring that up.
I can check too. Stand by. The over.
I got it right here. You want over-under? It is 53.
Yeah, 53.5 I'm seeing, and that's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. So Vegas is expecting it to be a shootout too. So, dude, yes, go Burrow all damn day. But I hate seeing Buffalo lose. What's the How about Buffalo win the game and Cincinnati cover? How about that?
Fine, that's fine with me. Although I'm rooting for Joe Burrow to win this game too, but I'm not sure they can. But I think the 5 ought to be enough for them to cover 5.5, actually. So thank you, Tony. There's our hot and sour picks for this week. I'd like to give you a word on our good friend, Dr. Matt Young, and then we can get into our music assignment. It's kind of a haphazard music assignment this week. We'll talk about it in a sec, but I do have a couple of good tracks pulled, Tony. I got a couple of really good ones. I cannot wait to put these on the playlist, which I will do. But anyway, first off, and most importantly, Dr. Matt Young, my good friend, was communicating with him yesterday, texting him, just reminding him about the party. And he goes, yeah, I should be able to get there on the earlier side because he's going over to the North Beach. He's seeing a buddy of his who has a concert tomorrow night, a singer-songwriter. So Dr. Matt Young should be on hand. When he's not on hand at PMP parties, he's doing his thing, which made his name and his fame and his recognition. He is the official dentist of the Polymac Particles show and the PMP community. We got a lot of PMPers out there, and I'm sure a lot of you or some of you have been uncomfortable going to the dentist. Totally feel you. Totally feel you. I was one of those guys for my entire life until I met Dr. Young, because he just cools your ass out. He can relax you. He'll bring in the headphones, and you call the shots. You tell him, hey, Dr. Young, I want to listen to sports talk. Hey, Dr. Young, I want to listen to tell him you want to listen to REO Speedwagon. Yep. He'll make it happen. He'll make that. Tell him you want, hey, Dr. Young, could you make it so I could listen to No Jacket Required during this cleaning? And you know what he would say? In that totally cool, composed manner, he'd be like, yeah, no problem. Stand by. Let me go get that for you. Yeah.
Would there be no reply at all?
Nice, dude. Nice. There's no reply at all. Yeah. Okay, very good, Tony. No jacket required. The only thing required of you is to reach out to Dr. Matt Young and book your appointment, whether it's your first appointment, whether it's a recurring appointment, or whether you just need a checkup and a cleaning. He can handle all that stuff, obviously. Talk to Dr. Matt Young by emailing him info@youngdentalsf.com. You can also call Dr. Young. The office is always ready to take your call and book you at 415-392-8611. Yes, Tony, I see you were raising your hand. What do you got, buddy?
I have a song idea for Dr. Young. I think we might have to do it, or maybe ask David Shanklin, a.k.a. NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC. Dude, Personal Jesus from Depeche Mode? Reach out, touch teeth, dung, dung, da, dung, your own personal dentist.
Nice.
Someone to give, you know, right? Come on. Like I went through a big Depeche Mode phase when I was a kid. So excuse
I
the
did not. I never went through a Depeche Mode phase. I'll leave
you
that
know
one
why?
to you.
You know why, Paulie? Well, my older sister basically shoved a lot of new wave at me, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And my first concert ever was Depeche Mode at Shoreline when I was 12. The Black Celebration tour, Paulie. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of mopey people at that gig. A lot of sadness around Depeche Mode, all that stuff. The Smiths, you know what I mean? All those guys. And, well, don't get me going. Yeah, Robert Smith, The Cure, all those dudes, all those mopey dudes. They're all like mopey and bummed out. And I hate having all this fame and success and all these women. They want to have my child, but life is terrible. I'm miserable. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the kind of vibe I used to get off Depeche Mode. A lot of sadness. Anyway.
Wow, don't want to start any blasphemous rumors, Paulie.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Blasphemous rumors. This is my new track. It's called Blasphemous Rumors. Hope you enjoy it.
People are people, so why should it be?
Depeche Mode, dude. Look at Noemi, The Cure, ... I've seen them. Nice,
Yes.
nice.
I can see Noemi having a new wave vibe for
I just
sure.
feel like
Noemi,
all those bands were like, you know, let's listen to Depeche Mode and write poetry and sit in the rain, you know, stuff like I'm not really interested in doing. All right, Tony. Anyway, back to Dr.
hold on real quick about personal Jesus, and this is about. I'll bring it back to Dr. Young in a sec. But have you heard Johnny Cash's version of personal Jesus?
No, but I'm sure it's awesome. I mean, yeah.
Everybody, check it out. Do yourself a favor and check out Johnny Cash doing Depeche Mode's personal Jesus. Very, very good. Paulie, back to Dr. Young.
Yeah.
Dominic and Olivia, my two children whom I love dearly. Of course, they're going to be visiting Dr. Young and the Young Dental SF group in this month of December. I think it's right before they get out of school for the Christmas holidays.
You booked the appointments already?
Yeah, the appointments are booked. So I forget the exact date. I apologize, but they were great in booking the times. And Dr. Young is like, I'll be there. I want to meet your kids. And so it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you know what? I'll film a video review of my kids and play it on the show. We'll get them on the show. So.
Hey, I got to address something from Badges right now. He's asking the community, he goes, who here thinks Paulie is in the Joy Division? You know what's funny about that question? I actually have respect for Joy Division. I'm hardly an expert. I don't know that much about them. But what I do know is a lot of people that I admire, like, for example, the Jane's Addiction guys, they all quote Joy Division as being a big influence. And was it Love Will Tear Us Apart and all that? That's their big song. But I don't know a lot about them, but I got respect, Badges. I got respect for Joy Division. Okay, anyway.
Paulie, real quick. Sorry, this has to do with Thursday Night Football, and I see this Robot Centaur, the sports desk in full effect, dude. He says Sam Laporta and Brock Wright both on IR for the Lions, dude. That's crazy. So that changes the outlook for tonight. Sam Laporta is a beast of a tight end, and if he's on IR, dude, like, ooh, boy. I mean, That's going to be interesting, man. That's going to be God. This game is.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, you know who I think is going to get some reps. I'm going to try to clarify this or confirm this right now. You know who I think we might see at tight end tonight?
Yeah, go.
My boy Dwelly.
Yes,
my boy Ross Dwelly. Listen, dude, he's capable, bro. The Niners always have a knack for developing these pretty good functional NFL tight ends, whether it's a guy like Ross Dwelly who got occasional snaps, but he can make some plays. And then you see it this year, like guys like Farrell, who had never even caught a pass before. He's out there catching touchdowns this year. So I'm just saying, don't riff on Ross Dwelly. He might actually play a role in the game tonight. He might have something to say about this.
And I hope he does, because he actually, you know, he was a sufficient Niner. I had no problem.
I remember, dude, that's what I'm saying. I remember one time you and I were doing the old podcast at KMBR with Shannon Kaler, and we were talking about George Kittle, because I don't remember which game this was, but Kittle was going to be out for an injury. And I actually said this. I go, well, guys, I'm telling you right now, Ross Dwelly can step up and make some plays. And when I said that, you started laughing your ass off. You're like, Ross Dwelly? I'm like, yeah, dude, Dwelly. Don't sleep on freaking Dwelly. I'm telling you right now, Dwelly can show up and make some plays. He really can.
Well,
anyway.
Dwelly better rise up tonight for Thursday Night Football, dude. Rise up, okay?
Come on, rise up. Anyway, I want to shout out Dr. Matt Young one more time. He should be on hand tomorrow. He specializes in implant surgery. Tony's kids are going to be there shortly. He does accept pretty much all the major insurance companies. You should be covered there, no problem. And just reach out. Talk to him on Friday. Talk to him tomorrow. You'll see why we love this guy. He's just a great human being. San Francisco guy, loves the community. and the very, very best at what he does. If I'm vouching for a dentist, trust me, the guy's money. Okay, he's money, because I had the biggest dental phobia probably of anybody you'd ever meet, and now I don't mind at all. I'm all in. With Dr. Matt Young. So thank you, Dr. Young, for all the support and all the friendship. You've been freaking great. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
I want to see the look on Dr. Young's face next time I go in when I ask him to play Depeche Mode on my headphones.
Yeah. Do you guys have any Joy Division? Do you have Love Will Tear Us Apart? Yeah, bring that in.
Just play the whole album, Some Great Reward by Depeche Mode, and leave me be, please. That'd be great. Paulie. We got Scott Bowman or Bachman. I don't know how you pronounce it, Scott. I apologize. _ SF on the chat. And he says Amon-Ra St. Brown most likely not playing tonight. So this is changing things drastically here for Thursday Night Football. I still want to watch every single snap. And you know what? Because of the love for Rags, I mean, if the Cowboys were to win, that means the Lions are pretty much out of the hunt, dude. Holy Lord. Wow.
Dude, Don Peralta coming in. Hey, Dr. Young, do you have any corrosion of conformity? Hey, Dr. Young, do you have any Cannibal Corpse? You know what I mean? Hey, Dr. Young, do you have any SOD, Stormtroopers of Death? You got the first album? Yeah, cue that up. Yeah. You got any early Anthrax? You know what I mean? You got caught in a mosh. I'd like to hear that while you're working on me. All right,
yes, I see love for Violator out there. Depeche Mode's Violator album. Great freaking album. Yes.
Violator. That sounds like a metal album. Ladies and gentlemen, Violator. Oh, you know what I mean? Tony, speaking of Violator, the time has come. Cue up Shannon Kaler and his harmonica. We're going to give you the musical assignment real quick style today.
We should ask Shannon if he can do a Depeche Mode style version of the musical assignment. Where is it, by the way? Oh, there it is, right there.
Peep this, particle heads. PMP's weekly musical assignment begins now, right now.
Hans Lufa. Hans Lufa. Sometimes he's got a stick, he'll get your back. Sometimes he's in your hand, and that's the facts. He might go low, and that's okay. Hans Lufa all day. He's got a special power.
Come on.
He'll scrub you in the shower. Exfoliate.
Dude, it's just,
100%. Hey, I want to say real quick, and thank you, Tony, for that very much. Dylan Verano making himself right at home today, dude. I love that you're getting this involved in the program. He says, guys, just a heads up on the Warriors at Philly today, because I think that's a 4:30 start for us today. Nice lead into Thursday Night Football. He says Jimmy Butler out tonight with the knee. I'm not surprised. Yeah, he didn't come out for the second half against OKC. They could have used him. But no Jimmy Butler tonight. Thank you for that, Dylan. We appreciate the assist on the breaking news there. Tony, let me do what's so funny? What are you laughing at?
Quick question for you. Might this be like load management while Curry's out for Butler?
I don't think so. I don't think so. He was playing the other night. He played in the first
but
half.
he took himself out at halftime. I was like, okay.
I don't think Butler's that kind of. He doesn't dog it, man. If Butler can go, he'll go.
I'm not saying he's dogging it. I'm just saying like he's being smart about seeing the long, length of the season and saying, you know what, okay, I'm going to take this time to load manage. And when Curry's out, I'm going to just I'm not saying he's dogging it. I'm not saying he's faking an injury or anything. I'm sure he's hurt, but I'm just wondering if Curry were playing tonight, would he be playing as well? I'm just curious. That's all.
I just hope that they come out with that same level of intensity and focus that they did against OKC. Because if they play like that tonight, they're going to beat Philly. They'll win that game even without Butler and without Curry. Great to see Seth Curry part of the festivities now. Pat Spencer, we talked about how much we loved his night against OKC. So yeah, I like the Dubs in Philly even without Butler. I think they can win this game, and I hope they do.
And I don't think Embiid is playing. By the way, I heard Kate Scott earlier this morning on with Shasky this morning on 95.7, and she was saying that he's questionable. It's like a game time decision. I don't think he's going to play tonight either. So that's a big factor. And Paulie, we have another super from Greg. We don't need no stinking badges. Thank you, buddy, for the super. He says, I can't wipe this smile off my face.
Hey,
That's
good, man. That's the idea. We're trying to have a good time. I'm glad you're having a good time too, brother. That's why we're all here, man, just to get away from the noise, just for a little bit of time every day. It's good for your head, and I'm glad you're having a good time today, Badges. And we're all going to have a good time tomorrow. We'll close out with a final word about the party after our music assignment. So just to set it up, we just decided on the fly yesterday that we didn't want to miss another week. We do not have a guest sponsor for this. It's just me and Tony. But if you are interested in sponsoring the music assignment, Tony's Top 3, Hot and Sour Picks, Studs and Duds, you know what I mean? Bonnie came in last night with the Show Us Your Stubs. However you want to benefit the show and join us, we welcome that. Just email us, paulyspod@gmail.com. Tell them what your idea is. Tell us what your idea is, rather, and make a donation, and we'll get you on the show with us because we like that. We like talking to you guys on the show. We hope to do more of that, and we will. Anyway, Tony, so we said, hey, listen, only because we're having our big holiday frolic party tomorrow, why don't we just do party songs? Songs about parties, songs about partying, celebrations, celebratory stuff. Tony, I have a couple of tracks. Do you want me to start? Because you said you only have one, or do you have two?
I have two, and I wanted to also we have a few people that emailed paulyspod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I wanted to lead with those, and then so let's go right into the paulyspod@gmail mailbag.
Okay.
And we have let's see. Sorry, I apologize. Oh, Greg Trela, one of our favorites. Greg Trela. He is always great with the musical assignment. He says, since the musical assignment Audible, he says, this pick a few months back, I'll use it here. My Kind of Party by Jason Aldean. My Kind of Party by Jason Aldean. There you go.
Nice.
Patty from Napa. She says, Life's Been Good by Joe Walsh. I go to parties sometimes until 4. It's hard to leave when you can't find the door.
Joe Walsh, man, he knows what he's talking about. I back that one 1,000,000%. Yeah.
Dude, what a great lyric, voice on Joe Walsh too. By the way,
how about the lyric when he goes, "I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. Life's been good to me so far." Joe, no, he's just speaking for all of us. I can't complain either, but I do sometimes. I complain about the Chiefs all the time, as a matter of fact.
And by the way, you know who's taking over the Sphere after the Eagles finish up? My guys from Vermont, Fish, are doing 3 different weekends in April at the Sphere. So I'm very excited for that, Pauly. Back to the matter at hand.
Yeah.
We have more musical assignment. We've got the sweet Mad Hatter William from Central Oregon, who sponsored the musical assignment for next Friday.
Nice.
He says one of his favorite newer ska bands. He says the song is called the band is called Fortunate Youth. And he says the song is called Sunlight, and it talks about partying in the song. So Fortunate Youth and the song Sunlight. I love learning new music. Thank you for sending that, Bill. That's awesome. Noemi checking in, and she says, Wanda Jackson, the queen of rockabilly. The song is Let's Have a Party Tonight from 1958. Yes.
Ooh, yeah, I like that, man. I like it.
And Noemi, thank you for always including the track on the email. So I'm going to check that out. Paulie, I'll forward it to you as well. And Nicky D. Francesco, he says, wow, I got to do 1999 by Prince. He says,
great one. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it says 1999 by Prince. Thank you. Hell yeah. Tomorrow we're going to party like it's 1999 for sure. John Joseph checking in. Hi, Paulie, he's going back to your snow. He says, you know what? F it. Black Sabbath, Snowblind.
Nice, John. See, John knows. Me and you, buddy. Me and you, a little Snowblind. One of my favorites, actually. I love that track. What you get and what you see. Bow, bow, heavy as hell. Yeah, yeah.
I think that's Rod Brooks's favorite Black Sabbath tune, by the way.
He's got good taste. Yeah.
P1 Chuck checking in. He says, Party Time by Curtis Blow. Dude.
Nice, dude. P1 Chuck, dude. He knows what he's talking about. Way to go, Chuck. By the way, that's P1 Chuck in South Carolina. Let's not forget, we got our South Carolina chapter. We got our, we're blanketing the South. We're blanketing the Deep South. We got Arkansas. We got South Carolina. We got Florida. So we're in time. We're going to blanket the entire Deep South, Tony. Go ahead.
Paulie, bear with me real quick. But I was just watching the original Vacation over the Thanksgiving weekend. It was on TV. And I'm like, oh, I'm diving in for it.
We're 3 miles from the effing fun park. Yeah.
But there's scenes in there that I forgot about, like when they're planning the vacation and they're like, Clark is very excited to show them the route that they're taking, but like Rusty and Audrey are playing a video game. And
Rusty's got the Ramones on at one point. I remember he threw the Walkman on. He's got the Ramones going. Yeah.
Yes, and like Rusty is trying to eat the car, and Clark's trying to drive across the country. That inspired my thought right now about we should get a like a virtual map of the United States and put like little pins where we have listeners actually we have Doug in Japan too. So we have Rita Oak in Portugal.
We got Portugal. We got Rags in New Jersey. So we actually, Tony, what we do is we call them chapters, like the Hells Angels. We have a chapters in New Jersey. We have a chapter in South Carolina. They're chapters of PMP. Yes.
So Don Peralta, let's talk about this. Let's get a virtual map of the world or the country and put pins and dot or whatever little PMP logos, PMP Army logos or Familia logos all over where we have listeners outside of the Bay Area. So that's just my idea. Put a pin in that idea, Paulie. Okay.
I love it, man. I love it.
And finally, Don Peralta checking in. Dude, great call, man. Dance of the Clairvoyance by Pearl Jam.
Oh, nice, dude. Great. Nice, dude. Very nice. By the way, dude, wow, that's one of those records I feel like it kind of fell through the cracks because it came out during the pandemic.
Yep.
And it was like kind of lost in the haze, but what a great album that is, man. What's the name of that record again?
Gigaton. That's Gigaton.
Gigaton, dude. Freaking gig. You know what? I might do some time with Gigaton today just because you just reminded me of it. And dude, shout out, what is it? Super Blood Wolf Moon or whatever.
Yes.
Love that. Super Blood Wolf, man. Great track. Great freaking
dude.
track.
And you got to give love to the song that Eddie Vedder wrote about Chris Cornell. That's on that album. And it is called Comes Then Goes. Comes and goes. And then the song Retrograde. Oh man, actually I'm gonna dive in today too, Paulie. Retrograde.
Give me some goddamn Gigaton today. You know what I'm talking about, Tony? And then also, but while we're talking about Chris Cornell, just want to pay my respects to Scott Weiland, because it was funny. Tony and I were talking about Scott Weiland yesterday off the air, and then last night after the night flight, I looked on my phone and it was dude, I cannot believe this. It's the 10th anniversary of his passing away. 10 years Scott Weiland's been. It's Stone Temple Pilots, by the way. Really, really great band, underrated band, amazing catalog of songs. All right, anyway, Tony.
Also, Paulie, real quick, what brought up Weiland yesterday was I heard Silver Gun Superman. It came on my Apple Music shuffle, and I was like, God, what a great track. Man, this band had so many good songs. Stone Temple Pilots, I feel like they don't get enough love.
They don't. Oh, they don't at all. They wrote a lot of great songs, man. Lots of great songs.
And the two brothers, I'm blanking on their names. The two brothers.
The Leos, not the Leo and all that. Yeah,
man. Just what great. They made some great music. So tip of the cap to STP.
And they're San Diego boys, I think. Yeah, just like the boys in Rat. The Rat, and you got Rat and you got STP out of San Diego.
And also Vedder. Eddie Vedder's from San Diego.
I got it. And Cameron Crowe, he's from San Diego as well.
Boom. And by the way, there you go, Paulie. Escobar's a super. Escobar Cheeks the third checking in. He says, "Party like a rock star" by the Shop Boys. Nice, dude. And he says, "See y'all mañana."
Awesome.
Heck yeah, Escobar.
Awesome,
Can't wait to see
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It's gonna be so great. Paulie, so now we have our selections.
Okay. Let's go.
I'll go one, you go. Yeah. You want to do both at the same? What do you want to do? Tell me how you want to do it.
Let's go 1-1-1-1, and then
I want you to end. I want you to end. So you're going to go second and fourth.
You got it. Okay.
All right. First one is a home run. I'm just going to go right out of the gates. I mentioned this last night, Paulie, but I'm going to just say the lyrics to start it out, and it's going to basically describe tomorrow night. Well, my friends, the time has come. Raise the roof and have some fun. Throw away the work to be done. Let the music play on.
Play on.
Feel it in your heart and feel it in your soul. Let the music take control. We're going to. So all night long all night long is my first selection. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's one of my go-to wedding requests that gets a good reaction on the dance floor. And so all night long, Lionel Richie, my first selection, P.
Okay, Tony, very impressive. I'm not surprised. I know you love your Richie, and that's a great choice. That's always going to move a party in the right direction. There's no question. I am going to go deep into my bag of 1980s heavy metal tricks. This is where I'm going today. I'm going 80s metal across the board. I kind of called my shot last night. Always been one of my favorite tracks. I'm not kidding. Not a really big hit, but I would call it like a minor hit in the follow-up to Metal Health, Tony, for the late Kevin Dubrow, who's looking down on all of us from heaven right now. And he's saying, guys, how can you have a party without our single called Party All Night? And if you get a chance, you guys look up the video for Party All Night. It's one of the all-time greats. All right, so Quiet Riot, let's party all night. Oh, let's party all. It's 80s metal at its best. Okay, Carlos. I got Rudy Sarzo. Dude, I got Rudy Sarzo.
Kevin Dubrow. Yeah,
I know. And don't forget Rudy Sarzo playing bass, Tony, licking fingers, and then playing. He's like, he's licking them and playing, dropping riffs. So anyway, that's Rudy Sarzo on bass. Quiet Riot, Party All Night. Tony,
all right, hey, Paulie, that's your first selection. I just want to get to a couple more. We have the we have the SGA Sports Talk account. Just emailed in to pauliespod@gmail.com and says, Little Red Corvette by Prince and Tequila Sunrise by the Eagles. Hell's Bell by AC/DC. So these are all good party songs. And then also at pauliespod@gmail.com, we have Dennis, who's also known as Follower 795, Dennis Morrison, and he says Eddie Murphy's Party All the Time. And then he says Red Hot Chili Peppers.
My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. Dude, him and Rick James is in the other room freebasing, you know what I mean? And Eddie Murphy's laying down his vocals. What a scene that must have been. Jesus.
Dude, and then he brings up Red Hot Chili Peppers song Party on Your.
Oh, yeah, okay. I want to party on your baby. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
So there you go. So that is from Follower 795, Paulie. So my second selection is a tune that I freaking love by this wacky band. The band is Ween. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I love the band Ween. I've only
Dean
seen them
Ween.
once.
Shout out Dean Ween. Yeah.
Yes. And the bass player from Ween is also the bass player in Joe Russo's Almost Dead. So there's a little crossover there.
Nice.
But this is from their album La Cucaracha in 2007. The song is just called Your Party, and it's like a smooth groove. And it's like, actually, it's a fun song to play. Paul, you and I should play this song. But the first stanza, there were beverages laid out for the party. There were candy and spices and tricolored pastas. The meat was carved from succulent juices, served on platters of the purest gold.
Damn.
So damn. Your Party by Ween. If you don't know the track, check it out. Your Party by Ween. Really good stuff.
I'm going to see if I can bring up some of the lyrics of my next track. Here it is. Okay, here, this is going to be interesting. All right, now, last song of the day, and we can, I'm just laughing at what I'm looking at already. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm not going to read any lyrics. You get the idea on your own as soon as I mention this. So back to my metal bag of tricks from the 1980s, and I used to be way down with this song. So is my friend Rags. We used to literally be driving around Jersey blasting this song. And circa like 86, 85, 86, John Joseph, this one's for you, buddy. Tony, this has never been done on the music assignment before. I'm calling them up. Blackie Lawless, come on down. Dude. Come on freaking down. It's time to get some Wasp on the playlist, okay? Wasp, Tony. Freaking Wasp. I got Chris Holmes. I got Chris Holmes on guitar, by the way. Then I got Blackie Lawless on vocals. The name of the track, Blind in Texas, okay? I'm blind in Texas. It's a song about drinking to excess in the great state of Texas, the Lone Star State. The whole song is about how he's going from bar to bar, just getting housed. There's Rags right there. Blind in Texas, 100%. That's for John Joseph. That's for Rags. That's for me. And I'm putting Blind in Texas on the freaking that tune used to get me itching, dude. I would hear Blind in Texas, so I'm like, somebody give me a beer. Let's go. Let's get this thing going. So Blind in Texas, my second and final party song, Tony.
Okay, and I'm just, because you're mentioning Blackie Lawless and Wasp, I think people need to see.
Oh, the saw blade? Yeah, sure. There he is. That's Blackie. That's
Blackie. God, 100%. What a man. Are they from LA? Are they LA?
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Oh man, that's just phenomenal. Blackie Lawless, thank you. Just thank you for being you, Blackie.
No, somebody had to do it. Somebody had to get Wasp involved in PMP. It took all year, but I finally got Wasp on the playlist. So we got Quiet Riot, we got Wasp, we got Ween, and we got Lionel Richie. That's a nice kind of unusual combination of artists right there. So we'll kind of wrap the show right there. Thank you, everyone, for coming by. We will see all of you tomorrow at Standard Deviant. The doors open at 4:00, but realistically, I think most people are going to arrive between 5 and 6. You come at your own leisure. I know I'll be there between 5 and 6. Tony will be there setting up. No show tomorrow because all our focus is going on this event. And we just want to thank everybody in advance for making the time to come out. It's going to be awesome. We will see you there. And I guess that's all we can do for today, Tony. So take us home with a little crossfading and a little David Lee.
Yeah, what did you? I liked last night how Bonnie had basically the business time close first and then Diamond Dave.
Do it. Yeah, good. Go for it. Bonnie can rearrange that. Absolutely.
Here we go.
Business hours are over, baby. It's business. It's business time. Class dismissed.
Yeah, there we
Thank
go.
you very much, Creative Tony. Always a pleasure, my friend. Had a lot of fun today, and really, really, really looking forward to tomorrow. And final word today will come from SGA Sports Talk. I love blasting metal in my car. Me and you, that makes two of us, dude. In fact, when I go out today, because I got to run like 8 million errands today, I will be listening to the PMP 25 playlist, including Blind in Texas. Tony, it's good for you. Get a little Kevin Dubrow and Blackie Lawless in you. It's good. It's like a dietary requirement. You get a little bit of Wasp every year. Yeah.
By the way, I see Arkansas Dave on the chat saying, what time will you be going live tomorrow from the party? We're looking at between 5:30 and 6 p.m. Pacific time, Arkansas Dave. So thanks for asking. We're going to post actually a link, a StreamYard link tomorrow, later today. So it'll pop up like your typical show. But I think it's going to probably be at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Dom and I are going to work on that later today. But thanks for asking. And also Nutter asked earlier in the chat, what's the attire for tomorrow? I say whatever the hell you want. Whatever the hell you want. Be festive if you want to, but whatever the hell you want. There is no dress code.
No, there's not, but it's funny you bring that up because Carlos de la Fuente said he's coming dressed to the nines. He said, I'm coming dressed to impress. So if you want to do that, go for it, man. Dress however you want to dress. You want to make it formal, do it. You want to come in sweatpants. I don't even care. Just be comfortable and just be there or be a square. And thank you guys for everything. We will see you tomorrow. We'll see you at Standard Deviant tomorrow. Have a great night. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. Go Dubs in Philly. And we'll see you tomorrow, y'all. Peace and cheers.
Take care, everybody. Peace.